Star Wars Outlaws has made me realize that I am getting too old to continue to be able to play games that are this grand in scale. Let me explain why. I will say though that it's not one of those games that I'm able to play for many hours on end, because at that point I would get bored, primarily just because of how the gameplay is. It's literally just a stealth game in a big open world with some gun gameplay. But one of the things that kind of does bring in that boredom though, for sure, and you'll see it in this gameplay moment, is how they make you go from point A to point B on your speeder, but the distance is super far most times, and you're just having to fly around getting there. Like, you go there, do this thing, and then you have to drive all the way back. And there is a fast travel system, but there are some instances where you can't fast travel, so it makes you have to go to a place, do whatever, and then have to drive all the way back. And it does take a decent amount of time, to the point where I wish it was like cut in half almost. That's one of the things that kind of turns me away whenever I'm playing this game, is just how big it is in scale and the maps and everything like that. But it is a great looking game. Unfortunately, graphics and how it looks is not going to be able to satisfy me to be able to play this for long hours, because I will be like, oh my gosh, I got to go 10 kilometers and then go and do everything and then go back. And it's kind of tedious how they do it. The land is kind of barren too, so there's so many things to explore in this game to where it is just like overwhelming. And I don't know if it's a lot of it has to deal with being older as well, to where you just don't have the time to be able to try to explore all these things. So when you get shown tons of things to look at on the screen in terms of objectives that you can do, and then realize, crap, I don't have the time to be able to do all this. Yeah, let me know down below if this has affected any of you guys as well as you get older playing games. I mean, I feel like it's more common, and it's just common sense, to where as you get older, your attention spans to be able to take care of things and just realize, holy crap, like this is going to take like 4 to 5 hours or more to get this little thing done. And then you're like, crap, I got work in the morning, so it's one of the things that made me not want to continue to play this game in the beginning. But recently I've started to play it off screen and just play a few hours of it, and I'm actually having a pretty good time playing it. I just unlocked Indy, who is a combat droid, and he looks really cool and just seems like a badass. I'm actually really excited to see how the story goes now that he's part of the crew. But I will say, up to this moment, it was pretty hard to continue to play because of how the story was panning out, with terms of where the quests were needing you to go, of having to take your speeder and drive all around this barren wasteland, and then not being able to fast travel to some of those areas. It got a little tedious, and then you're just having to try to fight through it. And it's similar to games in the past that kind of did that to me as well, like games that I wasn't able to finish in the past. An example, of course, will be Assassin's Creed's Valhalla. I mean, it's typically always with Ubisoft games, because they try to take this whole world aspect to big major level design and everything like that. But unfortunately, if there's not stuff, if it's a lot of it is like 60% travel and then 40% action, or it's like, I'm just making up numbers at this point, but I'm trying to get the point across of, like, if there's not a lot of action things to do in that big area besides the major areas, it can get pretty stale. So kind of a weird video here, but it's just something that I thought about. I figured I'd share with you guys. Thanks again for watching. Let me know down below what you guys thought of Star Wars Outlaws, as well as what you see in the future or hope for in the future for games that try to do the open world aspect in the way of Star Wars Outlaws. But yeah, I'll probably see you guys in the next one. I don't know what I'm going to be playing next. It'll likely be, I think there's like a Dead Rising remake coming out this week, so I may check that out. But yeah, thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.